So normally I don't do segments like this because I feel like at any given point in time while I'm streaming, and if you're not watching the stream, you can come to Twitch. The link in the bio. Y'all already know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I can tell you my grocery list, and y'all motherfuckers will fuck with it. So I ain't even worried about the monetization. Ain't worried about none of that. They done already demonetized me for cursing in the first 15, 30 seconds. Whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I normally don't make segments like this because I feel like I could just make a ton of them based off of like how I'm feeling on a given day, how I'm approaching a situation in a given day. There's really nothing that stops me from uploading whatever I want, but I also don't want you to have to sit through every single thought I have on stream. I make content for you when I feel like it's worthy enough for your ears because you could play, pause, watch the premiere, etc., blah, blah, blah. You can do anything you want. However, this time, I will tell you just straight up personal feelings I have. I have at once asked myself and had my main moderator ask me, what do you want from this platform? What do you want from Twitch? What do you want from YouTube? What is your end goal? Now, end goals are extreme. Because an end goal could be like, I want to box, I want to get into a boxing ring with EDP and just fuck them up for a couple minutes. I don't need this whole thing, set up subs, this, that, and other to get into that position. I know one person who knows Keemstar who will probably find it hilarious and probably set it up for Creative Clash. Get booed out of the building because why you hosting a pedophile on your stream? But like everybody want to see his ass get kicked, so they would probably spend money just for that. The original intent that I had when I started my first stream in November, that's a lie. I started my first stream around, I want to say it was given like July-ish, June, July-ish. I started like talking on the internet of 2020. I mean, I've been here before. I've been in this environment before, but never to this capacity. The original intent was I felt like everywhere I went online, and even sometimes in person, people would say things. And I would think about what they were saying, and I was like, that don't fucking add up. Something is missing in how you get to this conclusion. When I'm hanging out with a bunch of people and somebody says, oh, you know that's a man, and they say something transphobic, I could never just, so like a purpose in me said, I could have these conversations with each one of my friends or anybody in a group, but that feels like I'm going to constantly be battling everybody I hang out with because they're going to slip up and say something eventually if they're not aware of certain social cues, certain social situations going on. And I couldn't keep expecting people to have these conversations and then go home and build upon that. I remember in the beginning of 2020, my friend Omar called me the loony conspiracy debunker. Back when all the COVID conspiracies was coming out, and I was spending time because I had time between teaching, because I was teaching remotely. I had time between that, so I would just see what people were saying and be like, wonder if I could just like do 5 seconds of research. So at least my friends will know, like, okay, that whatever they heard had a tiny nugget of truth, but it's being extrapolated into some bullshit. And maybe their conversations, maybe the way we felt about being locked in would be a little bit better. Because we wouldn't be so stuck on trying to figure out why this feels like that and why these people are saying this. We'd have a source. And I felt like it was important for one of us to be the source because nobody ever be talking to us. Hassan's not talking to us, you know, XQC not talking to us, Central Committee not talking to us. Most of these people who do this, Kyle Kalinske, even the Majority Report, they're not talking to us. We don't got a person that talk for us. I said, okay, everybody else got their own things going on, dealing with the pandemic. A lot of my friends are dying. And I can't really, like, begin to grieve because there's nowhere to go back then. There's nowhere to go. It's not like I can go to the funeral. Not like I could afford to go to the funeral. And it's not like I want to be at a funeral every week, which would have been the eventual case. So I said, productive energy. I like making videos. I like talking. The only thing I can't stand is editing my own voice. How could I possibly give the same energy in a conversation as I could online? And so Twitch was the perfect place, or a live stream was the perfect idea. And so I started embarking on it, doing the same thing Hassan was doing, the same thing mostly politically active people do. I was looking at tweets, I was looking at articles, I was looking at this, I was looking at that. What is the truth and how do I find it? And for a while, it was working. People were tuning in because they knew, even if they disagreed with me vehemently, they knew I wasn't full of shit. And that full of shit feeling is something that's carried with me even while I'm doing this. Not imposter syndrome. What I was actually feeling is the point of this segment. And that's why I had to preface it with all of that. What I kept feeling is that if I'm not clouded, I'm not validated for what I say. And it makes me feel like I'm ending up in that same thought process as these people who try to come out about being assaulted by streamers, being assaulted by celebrities, being harassed, being stalked. Like, I'm starting to, and no, we're not saying it's equal weight. I think we all know each other from 4 years of this, so I really don't have to start defining my words here, but just in case, we're not talking about the same level. I feel like I am regarded on this website in certain places as just another nigga. Which brings me back to the haunting fear that plays in my head a lot of times a day. The day FD Signifier was on Hassan's stream and shouted out Sean the Black and another brother. I'm the other brother. That's the other guy I was with. Yeah, he cool too, but he the other guy. Everywhere I go, no matter how big the podcast is, and I was just on the Leftist Mafia. Everywhere I go, no matter how I describe what I'm talking about, no matter how explain it like I'm five, I go through things, no matter how concise I am, no matter what I say, there is always a level of scrutiny that I notice isn't placed on other people. Generally, white streamers, content creators. But before I drag it there, let's just do it by the metric that you can 100% tell. My numbers are nowhere near anyone else's in my orbit. Everybody is above me. I don't know if I did that on purpose. I don't know if that's just the way things go, but everybody I've ran into who I despise don't stream no more. Everybody I've engaged with who's cool has grown. You would think that my associations with certain people in certain places would make people feel like, all right, at least he know what he talking about. It's been 4 years of this. At least he know what he talking about. I still haven't solidified with the majority of people that when I roll into a space, I'm valid. And when I roll into a space and I get G-checked for not being valid, those who know me who are valid in those spaces don't speak up for me. Instead, they continue to play on that relationship and just ignore me when I come around, which is interesting because, again, metrics. A lot of the news that people were picking up on in the drama circles coming from me. A lot of the links that people send in other people's chats to check out coming from my chat. And before you even say, well, how do you know that? They in the chat right now. like I remember telling there's still people who haven't followed for 3-4 years. They'd be like, damn, you've been here a long time. Yeah. Because I don't turn my back on people when we're trying to do this to make a living. When we're trying to do this to express our feelings. If I come across you and I fuck with you, I ain't gonna leave you out there to die. Like, I can't fathom that, because if I was to blow up and I had 45,000 people, I could shut off 100 viewers to each person in my circle that's cool. I still got the majority of viewers, and they've got more than they probably ever. That's partner status right there. I help a bunch of motherfuckers get up. Cool. But I'm not in that position to do so. So for now, I take my little small audience and I still try to spread them around. Half the people who are here, if not all of the people, never started with me. They originated in other places and found me cool. Because I didn't rob them of thinking that the creator they originally may have locked into for a couple months. I didn't make them feel like they weren't worth watching. I said, yo, I'm a great supplement to whatever you already like. Why is it that I gotta fight to validate myself here when everything that I've said, everything, and I know how hyperbolic most people are when they say, I've done all of this. My whole record is in front of you. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, there's not a video that I have private. Or everything I've ever wanted to upload in any shape or form, no matter what I said, no matter when it was, I have uploaded it. You could check my track record. Go back to the first earliest videos and sink all the way through it. Tell me when I started telling lies. Tell me when I started becoming a Democratic Party shill. Tell me when I wasn't banking on them Republicans. Tell me when I wasn't calling out fake motherfuckers for being fake. Tell me when I wasn't the Y'all remember Eliza Blue, my big claim to fame, right? Everybody else was in the discussion. My video got the most views and started floating around, even in like Mudahars and Reddit circles and everything. I didn't ask for clout from that. Everybody took that video, launched their own videos off of it. Boom, some people started getting popular off of exposés. I don't do exposés. I just knew a person who knew a person who knew her. So I'm thinking in my head, wait a minute. I know you. We not personally, but like socially, I've been in the same room as Eliza Blue. Wait, isn't that Gerard Way's ex-girlfriend? Because I remember the forum drama, so my background was able to lead me to that. I didn't do that because I wanted clout. I'd rather have 10,000 views on a video about, like before when I used to do living with COVID or the tragedy of ADHD and success. I never stopped making those videos. I never changed who I was. Why am I still fighting for validation when everybody's accused of switching, not being consistent? I've watched people go from 23 chatters playing Valorant to now like 400, 500, 1,000, 1,700, 2,000. Now they act like they don't know you. That's weird to me. And the more I tell y'all, I'm not going to go through the subterfuge of building it up with some lame-ass video essay talking about the evil doings of Israel and the wrongdoings of the United States. I'm not going to sit there and drag you through the whole ringer of, here's all my evidence and claims about the thing. Y'all already be in the drama circles. You already know what the fuck going on. I'm just the guy who tells you, oh, well, actually, if you follow a trail of the way people let information out because everybody folds under questioning, you could track some of the wrongdoings these people have engaged in. And that's it. And that's it. I don't have to focus on them, and I don't focus on them. The way I know I don't focus on them is because I wouldn't have made this segment and had these thoughts if I was focused on them. I make my little beats. I make my little songs. We all step to the left, now step to the right. We all do our thing. But I'm here to change something in your life. I can't do that through video game cutscenes. I can't do that through reacts. I can't do that with skits. I could throw one in there too, but this is where we connect the best because you know there's no gimmick. I'm not cutting a promo for you right now. I'm talking to you. The reason why the paradigm shift has to come somewhere to a close is because it can't keep going on forever in perpetuity until something clicks and everyone realizes, nah, he valid. I'm not going to sit here and debase myself and slave away for the lowest wages ever to prove to a bunch of random people on the internet that I'm valid. I can't do it. I'm going to be 31 tomorrow as of the time of this recording. Hopefully I get this video out today. What good is it if I've been saying the same thing and being validated right about each person every time, and yet when I walk into a room, people are still like, nah, that you not clouded enough. If I had 1 million views on a video saying, oh, Destiny did this, and then Hassan watches it and, oh, that's a great video. The fuck does that do for me in the realm of I was in your chat before I even thought of making the video, just telling you, hey, this is something you want to be aware of. And you just brushed me off. Now you fuck with me? You see how just the situation of itself can create animosity? And if I don't address that animosity, what am I doing? Top 10 dick riders! Top 10 dick riders! Oh, he's doing tricks on it. Hassan gave him the cosign. Now he valid. And for those of you with a brain, you would say, well, that's not what actually happened. But you know we're talking about a majority of people who don't have a fucking brain. Once the association happens and the conversation happens, it just exists that way to people. The same way I once had that nightmarish scenario where people were begging Hasanabi to raid me. People were begging Central Committee to raid me. And I say, you know why I don't want to be raided? Because that's going to create a conversation that I'll never be able to actually have. Picture it this way. A big streamer bans you from their chat. Normal shit, everybody gets banned every day. Normal shit, that happens, right? Then for some reason you blow up. Now you've got twice as many subscribers on YouTube as that big streamer or that big YouTuber has. Everybody starts saying, yo, y'all make the same content. You should do a collab. The streamer who banned you isn't thinking about your username because it's been so long since. Doesn't fucking matter. The day y'all finally meet, if a chatter says, yo, are you on Twitch? And they pull up your chat log. If I load it up, if I do anything, and it shows you are banned, you think we could just move past that? They're gonna be like, what was the reason? Look up the chat logs. If you click it, we're fucked. If you don't click it, we're fucked. Nothing happened between us to create any animosity, but an event that happened so long ago that we both don't even know the reason, and yet still in viewers' minds it is. I make a song dissing everybody in the political scene. I throw Hassan's name in there before we've even met, before our atoms have even approached being near each other. You on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. We already have a set issue, a slated issue that's going to derail everything that we could possibly talk about. If I say Cheerios, milk, cereal, bread, nobody has normal conversations when they're live streaming. Nobody want to get down to the nitty gritty. Nobody want to feel that shit no more. So everybody gets their little moment of clout and then it slides away. And when you point it out, yo, I think these people are being fake and they really don't have a long-term interest in actually enriching your life and they just feel like, oh, I'm a celebrity now and I'm popular because people watch me. It destroys the relationship in itself. So you say at the end of all of this, at the end of this beautiful segment, so what did we learn here? What did we learn here? You know what we learned? We learned that I now know what to title this video. I get that prodigies die in the street. I get that many of them don't get to make the choice on whether or not they die in the street. I have tried very long to not fall into the rabbit holes of drama and stepping on people's toes and exposés and other bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to just tell you right now. You may like me to death, but the greater public at large does not know me, and I don't know if they ever will. I just might be one of those You know what's funny at the end of this? If you made it to this part of the video, it's gonna go to a black screen with a weird face on it. Don't worry about it. First, hit the like and the subscribe. You know, comment the number. Big money, salvia. Big money, salvia. Big money, salvia. Big money, salvia. You know what's funny? As a coder to this piece, I literally am about to show my chat an example of what I was just talking about. And what's funny is that I didn't know it existed until just now. So you can understand my frustration. Being proven right, even when I'm conjecturing about my fucking feelings. Hit the like. I'm gonna upload hopefully for the birthday. If you want me to stream on YouTube. Bring money.